Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to Kottabos Space Program, where today we are having a look at another fun mod, this time in the form of the Mark IV Spaceplane System by forum user NearT. And I absolutely love this thing. Now, if you know me, I'm not good with space planes, but I have a strange fascination with all the parts because they're just so beautiful. And a while back, we had the Spaceplane Plus mod, which added in a great system for the Mark II spaceplanes that eventually got added into the game as stock components. And that is just glorious. And the Mark IV system basically takes it a step further by making a fuselage system that's similar in style to the Mark II's, but bigger. Much bigger. So let's just head into the spaceplane hangar, and I can show you what I mean there. Now, first on the pods tab here, we have the Mark IV cockpit, which, as you can tell by that door where the Kerbals can come out from, it's huge. It's very huge. Now, the official hatch for this thing, for them to go in and out of the pod for, is down here, which can cause some issues, it being under the whole cockpit like that. I've had Kerbals, when they got out, just started vibrating like crazy because my wheels weren't making the aircraft high enough. But yeah, this thing is humongous. Very humongous. Let's grab one of the Mark II cockpits for comparison. And look at that. That is the size difference between the Mark II cockpit and the Mark IV. This whole system is just designed for much larger space planes, and I love it for that. But let's take that away, and besides the Mark IV cockpit, which does have an internal view, which I'll show off here in a minute, we also do have the Mark IV drone core here, which if we pop that on, it is quite a cool drone core. Again, similar in style to the Mark II drone core. If we pop that on, whoop, there we go. As you can see, we've even got the little things there. I don't know what those would be called. But the thing I like about this one is there's more hollow space. I mean, there is a little bit of hollow space in the Mark II, but it's not really usable. But in this Mark IV drone core, you actually have enough hollow space that you could potentially fit some scientific instrumentation in here, which would be quite useful. But there's another thing for that here in a moment that is, well, just glorious. So that's it for the pods tab. Let's move on to the propulsion tab. And the first thing I will show off here is this, the Scimitar engine. It is beautiful. It's essentially just a Rapier engine, just supersized, so if we pop a Rapier engine on there we go, and then a Scimitar engine. Now you can see it's the same diameter, but just longer. I also like that it kind of flares out a bit more here. And it's the same style, same design, same type of engine. It'll use both the air from your intakes as well as oxidizer once you run out of usable air intake. And yeah, it's a beautiful engine, very good, very useful. I like it. Now, as for fuel tanks, we have the Mark IV liquid fuel, the Mark IV liquid fuel and oxidizer. Then we also have a triple adapter here, so you can pop yourself on some engines on the back or other various bits and pieces to your ship. We then have a single adapter, and all of these, of course, are filled, or can be filled, rather, with fuel. Oh yes, both of them look like liquid fuel and oxidizer. Then, moving farther back along this thing, we have the Iguana adapter, which is similar to the triple or single adapter. It's just, there's no adapter at the end. This baby just tapers off to a point and is filled with liquid fuel and oxidizer. And then besides the Iguana adapter, which is a short and stubby end, if we take that off, and these, we also have the Armadillo adapter, which is the same style but longer, and this baby does actually have a point at the end where you could build some more off of it. And I really like the look of it. It's long, I don't know exactly how to put it into words, but the stubbier Iguana one, And it's cool, but I don't like how short and stubby it is. But hey, for some people, that might be what they like. But I like this more elongated one because it kind of matches the cockpit a bit better. So it makes your planes more symmetrical, even though planes, at least from this angle, typically aren't symmetrical because, you know, you got the wings and all that coming off of them. But the last thing, which I find really cool and has a lot more hollow usable space than the drone core, we have the Mark IV service compartment. And this baby is cool because not only does it hold a large amount of monopropellant, and look at the detail on these monopropellant tanks. It looks like just the normal monopropellant tanks that you can pop onto the side of your craft, but they have also got piping going from them into the fuselage. It's glorious, and I love the use of space, putting those little containers in here into these parts of the fuselage, and then down here. And then inside, we have a crap load of usable space for you to pop whatever you want into the aircraft. You can put in any type of scientific instrumentation, communication stuffs, just all good things. Now I'm going to pop off these fuel tanks and put you... Oh, let's take off the drone core too. We don't technically need that. Granted, we don't technically need a lot of the things since I'm just showing off the parts here. And yeah, that's pretty much it here for the propulsion tab. Nothing in control, nothing in structural, but once we move over to aerodynamics, we get some very fun and amusing things. Now, the first, of course, is just a standard nose cone that you pop on the front of the aircraft. And it, it reminds me of Snoopy. It really does. I don't know why. It's just, instead of being like a normal sort of centralized point like a lot of nose cones, it kind of slopes downward and has the point in line with where we have these bulges coming out of the side. So I like that it sticks with that. But yeah, it reminds me of Snoopy. You may see it too, or it may just be me. I don't know, but it's wonderful. I like it. It amuses me. Then, besides the Snoopy-esque standard nose cone, we have some beautiful air intakes. Now, this one is a structural heavy air intake, just a standard air intake, but massive. You just plop this thing under the fuselage or under the wings, something along those lines. But in my mind, it's just kind of standard and boring. But then we have the structural intake with a mount. And this baby I love because it is an air intake similar to this one over here. But it has a point on the end where you can hook on one of those scimitar engines. And it's just beautiful. I love it. I really, really do. It's my kind of thing. I love having the inline sort of air intake, then engine behind it, and pop those under the wings. It makes me happy. And along those same sort of lines, we have a double, or a dual engine pod rather, and a triple engine pod, which serve essentially the same purpose as this structural intake over here, except it's more rounded. And, well, let's see if we can get a good view on this baby. There we go, back from there. Yeah, it's more rounded, designed also to go under the wings. And it has, you know, a good air intake in the front, though only of 0.5. What is the air intake on these? Oh, boy, 2. So that is a lot less air intake on these babies. But, of course, it has the 2 points at the end where you can hook on engines. Or with the triple engine pod, you got it with 3. And that's just beautiful. I like it, and I like the idea of putting them under the wing. So you have like this weird triple intake under there, and then the 3 engines coming out the back. It makes me happy. So let's pop those off and head on into utility, which is the last tab we have anything on. There's nothing in science, but on utility we have some fun things. Let's take off that, and I'm also going to pop that off to there. And the first thing I'm going to show off is the Mark IV crew cabin. So if we pop that onto the back there, it is a glorious, fun little crew cabin that holds a fair amount of crew. If we go over here, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8 crew it can hold inside the Mark IV cabin. Oh, and of course, I didn't point this out earlier, 4 crew members in the cockpit. And besides having a fun IVA for the cockpit, there is also a cool little EVA for this crew cabin, which I find very enjoyable. But back to parts. Pop that back on. And besides the crew cabin in here, we also have a lovely Mark IV cargo bay, and this is where this mod really starts to shine. And like I said earlier on, this mod is designed for space planes with cargo bays to take up into space 2.5 meter items, which is just fun. So if we go to grab like a 2.5 meter fuel tank, yeah, hold on, let's try to get on this internal one. Okay, oh, no, hold a minute. You know what? Close enough. As you can see, a 2.5 meter tank would fit into this thing quite nicely if I would have been able to properly fit it in there without fidgeting around for about a half hour. But it is there, and this is of course a cargo bay, so we can open up those doors, and you can plop on a couple of those babies, put them onto an action group, and have a large cargo bay that could potentially launch an entire rocket if you so desired, or a nice large 2.5 meter probe, satellite, whatever you would like or desire. Let's see if I can pop this thing on correctly now. Oh, it's going all wonky, so I give up. There we go. And back to the utility tab, where besides this fun cargo bay door, if we close this up, we also have probably my favorite thing for this mod, and that's the tail cargo bay door. So if we flip this baby around, plop it on, I love the look of it. It's great. It just sort of tapers up like that. And then if we open it, oh no, I clicked the wrong one to open. There we go. Open that, and we get a beautiful animation with the door flipping out, and we have a functioning little cargo plane that you could drive a rover into this baby. I love that. And of course, you can drive the rover up, put some ladders in here, and then have them crawl into that door to get back inside the aircraft. I like that so much. All you need to do is pop in like a some sort of docking port inside here to properly secure it, and you're good to go. Now, speaking of docking, of course, if we take off this nose cone, we do have a docking nose cone adapter, which, oh boy, you know what, I'm just going to stick it on there, not fidget around with it for too long. Oh wow, that's really off-centered, but let's open it up. And a beautiful animation, nose cone opening, and the docking port sort of scooting on out for you to use. So you do have the ability to dock with a existing space station up there, while making the whole thing look lovely and just beautiful. I really do love that little docking port. But yeah, that is all the parts that we have for this particular mod. So let's just launch this one real quick. I actually do have a properly made little plane that I built earlier, but let's just launch this to take a look at the internal views, because, well, this thing ain't gonna fly. It's got no wings, no engines, no, oh, there, that docking port kind of, or not docking port, but cargo bay kind of launch this open. Let's close these. I love the flipping up of the little ramp. There's the word, ramp. It's just glorious. But let's go into the internal view with Jebediah here, and you can see this beautiful cockpit. I absolutely love the look and feel of this thing, and if you have raster prop monitor installed, these screens become raster prop monitor screens. Now, I don't have it installed on here because I wanted to see what it looks like without it, because it isn't required. This mod can just go right into your game with no other mods necessary. You just plop it on in. But if you want a cooler looking cockpit, you can install raster prop monitor. But you know what? I like the look and feel of this one, and you are having a little jig there. Love it. Love it. But yeah, I like the look and feel of just these fake screens. I don't know why. Of course, raster prop monitor would make it more useful, but yeah, I like the stock sort of feel of this. It's very good, very fun, and very nice and functional. But if we switch out to one of the guys in the back, so Bob, he's got his little station here, and you can see Jebediah and Bill up there, and whoever the crap that is behind us. And we do have a little bit in the back, which I wish I could turn my head a bit more to see what is over here. But, oh well, c'est la vie. Let's head back out. And yeah, so we got a beautiful cockpit view in there, which is just glorious. But let's... Oh, I forgot to put one of these guys in the back. Oh boy, hold on. Revert flight, space plane hangar. Go to the crew. Oh, I don't even have extra crew. Oh, I should have thought about this. Let's put you into here. You bob down there because it is a 2-story crew compartment. And now go to launch. There we go. And wait for it to load. Ah, excellent. Nice and quick. So Dandorf Kerbin, if we go to his internal view, and here we go, we have this lovely little internal section for this crew cabin. Very nice, very good. The texturing probably could use a bit more work, but this is still a work in progress on this mod. It's only been out for a couple of days. But yeah, it just looks too samey. But we do have a window here, which is amusing because it goes out towards the front. That's the cockpit right there. So, yeah, we can't see anything. But, yeah, you do have those windows as an option for some strange reason. Now, let's head on out. Oh, I did not mean to accelerate time. There we go. And head to Bob, who is down in the bottom. And there we are. Again, kind of sort of samey texturing inside here. I wish like the floor was that sort of mesh grating like you saw in the back of the cockpit. I think that would be very cool. Then you can kind of see up towards the other guys up top. But yeah, the walls all just seem sort of monotone, but still, you know what? This baby holds 8 people, so you can get a lot of Kerbals into space, and that is what matters. But let's actually head to the Space Center. We're probably going to have to clear that off of our runway. Yes, clear the runway. Yes, done, blah, 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 mission summary, and head over to the little Mark IV Spaceplane that I made earlier, which is functional. It does fly, kind of. It takes the entire runway to take off. I've got those lovely little inline structural intakes that I just absolutely love. We have 2 of the Scimitar engines. Let's put on the brakes. Get Dandorf there out on EVA, and there's the shaking that I told you about. Oh boy, is he? He is inside of the aircraft. He did not plop down as he should have. Okay, let's have him board. Let's try that again. Let's turn off the brake. Maybe it's had something to do with that for some strange reason. EVA? Oh my, he is... Oh, he's on the roof. Oh, that's a new one. Okay, so that is interesting. Yeah, previously when I had gotten him out of here, he plopped down on the ground, but was just vibrating because he didn't have enough head clearance. But let's... Alright, go back to the plane, turn on the brakes, then go back to him, and what we're going to do is open up the cargo bay from back here. Jump. Fall. There we go. Get back up. And get him on into the back of this thing, because it just amuses me that we can. Jump. Oh, no, jump. There we go. He is now in the cargo bay. Let's close that up. Good luck, Dandorf, or Dendorf, I've already forgotten his name. And head back into the plane. There we go. Let's just take off. Turn off the brakes. Activate the engine. Lovely sound to them. And now take off using the entire runway because this thing is a very fat, heavy, stubby airplane. But you know what? I love it. Imagine if you had more of these engines going. Oh my, we need to actually turn a little bit before we go off the runway. Okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah, imagine this thing being longer with more larger engines. It would just be beautiful. I love the design. I love the look and feel. And okay, we have taken off. It took the entire runway, but we have done it. Put up our gears and check through this cargo bay how Dandorf is doing in the back. There he is. He is up top. He is just sort of crammed in there. Oh no, poor guy. Look at him just... Oh, we are angling something fierce. Oh god, pull up, pull up, pull up. This isn't going to last long. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm not very good with planes. Oh no, we can see him popping through there. Well, sorry to do this to you, buddy, but you're getting dropped out of the cargo bay. So let's open that up. Oh no, there he goes. He's a paratrooper now. And... Oh, I don't think he survived that. Oh, poor guy. But now we're flying with the cargo bay door open, and oh boy, this is interesting. Oh, also, I hadn't noticed that before. The cargo bay has liquid fuel. Not much, but a little bit. Yeah, so does the other one. That's intriguing. I hadn't noticed that before. That is cool. So you got a little bit of liquid fuel there. I do also have just a proper liquid fuel tank right here. And this stubby little plane actually flies and could potentially hold a 2.5 meter vehicle inside of this, including a rover if I was so apt to build one. But of course, with my flying, that rover would never make it anywhere on this planet because I'll never be able to land this. But someone who is a better pilot than I probably could, and would probably have a whole lot of fun with this thing. I love it. Got the addition of the nice little coffee cup there. Now, they are working on other parts for this, or I should say just Nearty is working on other parts for this. They're hoping to have more different pieces, a double-length version of the fuselages, a more high-visibility EVA. Oh, we're crashing. Yep, we crashed. Oh, God. Also, they're hoping to add a nose cone cargo bay, which would be interesting, a bottom-opening cargo bay, more adapters, a 2.5 meter dual mode engine, and just all sorts of fun things that I am just enjoying about this mod a whole lot. So if you are into space planes or just want a really big aircraft to take off from your runways, and you want it to be stock alike, which is my favorite thing. I love stock alike. There are a lot of great part mods out there, but my favorite are always the ones that look as close to stock as possible. So yeah, if you would like one like that, just check out the link in the description for you to go and download it for yourself and try out the Mark IV Spaceplane System by forum user Nearty. And yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this episode today, and of course that you come back for the next, when we will be looking at yet another fun mod. Oh, the flight finally ended. But until then, thank you for watching, my friends, and as always, try to avoid catastrophic failure. Later.